found out a lot of things that we didn't know.
What was the stuff in that first
Well,
first
for
tranche?
example, we have a memo from J. Edgar Hoover, the head of the FBI, to President Lyndon Johnson that says, Mr. President, we have learned that the KGB has conducted their own independent investigation into John Kennedy's murder, and they have concluded, Mr. President, that you were the ringleader. We have a letter from French intelligence to Jacqueline Kennedy. It was a response, obviously, to a request from her. They said that they have done their own investigation. They published it as a book called Farewell to Arms, and they concluded that Lyndon Johnson was the ringleader. There's a memo from J. Edgar Hoover to the head of the FBI in Dallas, instructing him to brief George Bush of the CIA about the activities of anti-Castro Cubans in the Dallas area. The problem with that was George Bush said under oath he wasn't working for the CIA in 1963. So a bunch of little interesting things.
Right. All it really does is raise more questions, right? Because it's not proved. Because you could sit there and say, like, well, the KGB had a reason to say that Lyndon B. Johnson was the ringleader because they would want America to lose faith in their elected leaders, right?
In a sense, I mean, we didn't know this at the time, but Nikita Khrushchev took John and Bobby Kennedy to the cleaners in the Cuban Missile Crisis. The story you've been told that they faced down the Russians and Castro back to.
I saw the movie.
Total BS.
What?
We removed our missiles from Turkey and Italy in a secret deal that was classified for 40 years. So the military knew it at the time, but the American people didn't know it. Khrushchev had just taken Kennedy to the cleaners on the missile crisis, and he considered him a young, callow guy that he could bully. There was no reason for the Russians at that point to get rid of John Kennedy.
Now.